Hello, welcome to Die Rollin. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm unboxing Resident Evil, the board game, the Kickstarter edition. And I've got the board game, the Director's Cut, and the Kickstarter Exclusive. So I went in for a Bravo pledge, which is the lowest possible pledge you could do for this. Because honestly, at this point, I've just got so many games and so much stuff for games that I didn't really feel like I needed a ton of extras. Just the base game will do this guy. So let's take a look. We'll start with the board game. And I'll be honest, I didn't really follow this campaign much. They had a really cool campaign going where basically you could like choose your own adventure style. There was like votes to go which way in this house, and depending which way you went, they unlocked different characters. So all the characters start the game alive, and then by the end of it, depending on the choices that the people during the Kickstarter made, depending on who would survive as it was. So that's quite an interesting kind of way to run a Kickstarter, which is nice. Box looks pretty cool. I'm enjoying that. In the background, we've just got that classic intro. Sent to investigate a series of bizarre murders on the outskirts of Raccoon City, your search for answers led you deep into a foreboding forest, shrouded in mist, but the gloom is the least of your concerns. Attacked by rabid monsters, you're forced to flee into a sprawling mansion that looms on the horizon. But as you stand in the main hall, gasping for breath, an uncomfortable truth hits home. There are only 4 of you left. Is your mission still to investigate the bloody murders and find your missing teammates, or is it to simply survive the night and escape with your life? And just reading that, I already have like in my head that that FMV intro they had back in the day when this first came out. Fantastic stuff. So close, nearly drop that then. So let's take a look inside. Nothing on the inside of the box, and we're very shiny. Oh, it's a hollow. That's a nice little touch. On the back of that, we've got places to put cards. Like I say, I really don't know much about this game, guys, so I'm going to be saying about pieces but with no real idea of what any of this does. So we've got the rule book, and so far it's sticking very close to the same kind of layout and colors and stuff that was in the other Resident Evil games. So we've got Jill, we've got Chris, we've got Rebecca, and we've got Barry. Bunch of cards, token elements. We've got 15 zombies, Lisa Trevor. So this is based on the remake. We have Tyrant, we got Hunters, Crimson Heads, and Cerberus. So let's see how many pages of rules we're going to have to get through for this. So 14 pages up to the tutorial, and then you go into the rest of the rules here. So 28 pages, just general, and then you've got, so 34, and then there's obviously this. You got a lot of reading to do. Quick reference on the back, so well done for that. That's always good to see. Then we have scenarios. I don't really want to spoil this, but yeah, let's take a look at one of the first ones, I guess. First floor west. It looks like it's pretty easy to kind of set this up, and I'm fairly certain that once you go past once you kind of like move through these doors, you'll be drawing cards to find out what is actually in the mansion, as opposed to these being preset maps. They actually expand as the game goes on, which I think is fantastic. Okay, the tiles. Now, previous Resident Evil games have had issues with the darkness of their tiles. Resident Evil 2, for instance, was so dark it was very hard to make out what was going on there. And I know that somebody actually did a fan basically made their own version of the tiles with a much lighter, and they look fantastic. So if you are a fan of Resident Evil 2, the board game, you should definitely try and check that out because it does add a lot to it. So tiles wise, we've got the mansion and then outside the mansion. So we've got like internal areas, external. That's the exact as that previous one. Laboratory kind of stuff there, which is ace. So we've got 4 sets of tiles, which are identical. 2 sets are identical. We've got our gauges we've got to kind of make. Feels like they're using some of the same kind of elements they used for previous games, but you know what, that's fine. I don't mind that. And we have one big tile there, which, yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got in here. There's stuff underneath this as well, so we've got all of our cards and that. Let's take a look at our minis. So we've got Chris Redfield there. We've got Jill. We've got Rebecca. And we have Barry. Now these are fun miniatures, but when you get them painted, they really do add a lot to it. So we have the hunters. There's one there. And we've got two different sculpts for our hunters here. We have our big bad tyrant guy. Kind of scratched myself in his hand then. His claws, which is ironic. You know, Lisa Trevor, which, guys, honestly, I think is probably one of the worst names. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Then we've got 3 different sculpts of zombies here. And as always in my gameplay, I'll be making the zombie noises as they move, because why wouldn't you? So no female representation in here. It's all guys. Then we've got some crimson heads, which these guys, if I remember, they basically pop up and come after you if you don't burn the bodies of the zombies you killed. Then we've got some zombie dogs, 2 different poses. We've got just a regular one, and then one nice one of them howling. Resident Evil 3, we had some new ones which were zombie dogs on fire, which was interesting. And we have the dice. Now these look very similar to the dice out of Resident Evil 3, the nice kind of rounded edges. And once again, that's not a problem. I don't mind them reusing assets for these kind of things. But yeah, so that's all our miniatures. Now we've got our card decks sealed up really well. And you know what, guys, I'm not going to go through these because I don't want to spoil this. This is very much a game that I am looking forward to discovering as I go through this. So I'm not going to look at these cards. So if you want to see what's in those cards, then check out any of the other thousands of unboxing videos that are currently online for this. Or you can stay tuned to the channel and watch my playthrough. So I'll be painting all of these guys up, and then I'll start my playthrough proper once I've read the rules. And yeah, probably had a couple of trial goes at this game before filming it. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel for that. There's our reboxing. Went in pretty well, but maybe I'll do a reboxing video if you guys want it. Once I've popped out all those tiles. So that is the actual board game itself. Next, let's go into the Kickstarter exclusive. Let's have a look what's in here. I honestly do not know. So we've got a bunch of miniatures in here which represent different people in the team. And honestly, I couldn't tell you who most of these people are. So that looks like Jill, I guess. Now we've got another Jill running. We got, is that Chris? Is that Wesker? I do not know. Honestly, I don't know who any of these guys are. So this guy looks like one of the Stars members, maybe? So we've got some Stars guys in here. I'm going to have to look online to see who these guys are. We've got Rebecca with a basketball. So I think these are all like unlockable skins you can get during the game. Army Jill. Right, that looks like Wesker, but I might be wrong. Me just hoping there's Weskers in here. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I don't know how blurry that is. So really, these don't add any gameplay elements, do they? Just fun little miniatures you can collect, paint up and put in, I believe. Yeah, but without some kind of guide to tell me who these people are, I honestly am just guessing at this point. So yeah, comments below on who each of these characters are, please, guys, because that'd be very helpful. Right, and then finally we have this one here. So we've got a different thing on the back there. So this is the director's cut. Nothing could prepare the special tactics and rescue service for this nightmare. One by one, each fell to the teeth or claws of increasingly bizarre and dangerous mutants, escaped from Umbrella's laboratories, and now roaming the grounds of the Spencer Mansion. Only the most fortunate and determined survived, their lives forever changed by their experiences and darkened by the outbreak. This is your opportunity to return and change those events, to save those that once fell, and return them to the light, so they can be more than a memory, to allow the men and women of stars to shine brightly once more, ready to dispel Umbrella's foul shadow wherever it may come to rest. Their fates are in your hands. Proceed with caution and do so wisely. They're counting on you. Well, this sounds interesting. Okay, so what do we got? Well, straight away, I can see we've got some new enemy types in there, and we have a bunch of the Stars members. So we got Albert Wesker, Brad Vickers, Joseph Frost, Richard Aiken, Kenneth J. Sullivan, Forrest Speyer, Edward Dewey, and Enrico Marini. We have a Crimson Head prototype, 4 more Crimson Heads, an enemy Wesker, a zombie Forrest Speyer. We have snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Chimera, crows, and web spinners. That's great. I honestly thought just the regular board game I'd be happy playing with that. But you know, crows were such a big part of the original. So yeah, that's pretty good. Looks like it's advanced characters now. New gameplay rules. Alternative game mode. So there's a traitor mode in here. Enemy Wesker mode. One dangerous zombie mode. Hard mode. Real survival mode. And knife only mode. Battle game mode. So this adds a ton of variety into this game, which is pretty impressive. I'm happy with that. Like I say, any cards, guys, you're going to have to just wait till I actually get them in game, because I'm not going to be unboxing any of the cards in this. Nothing underneath. So it's taken up quite a lot of space, to be fair, guys. You could have, like, halved this space and saved everyone a bit of retail space on their shelves. So let's take a look at our characters up there. So, yeah, that must be Wesker. Has he got shades on? Yeah, he's got shades. We've got Wesker, we've got Brad, and the other Stars members who I do not know who they're called. We then have enemy Wesker there, which is just the same model but in red. They could have done something a bit different with that, but here we go. We've got Zombie Forest, is it? We've got our Crimson Head kind of prototypes here. Our Crimson Heads and our Crimson Head prototype. We've got some snakes. Same sculpt for all 4 of those. We've got some spiders in here, which will be fun to paint up. Our chimeras. They look really cool, to be fair. I don't remember them from the game. And then we've got some little crows there. Some cards here and some cards there, and yeah, sorry, that's probably not a very interesting unboxing videos. You guys probably want to see all the cards and what they all do and stuff, but like I say, I'm saving this for the actual gameplay. So you can expect from Die Rollin a couple of different videos for Resident Evil. There's definitely going to be, we'll play through the regular board game, and we're also going to play through the director's cut, so stay tuned to the channel for those things if you do want to see that. And we'll also be putting a reboxing video up there for anybody who just likes to see how you put stuff back into the box, if you're kind of, yeah, worrying about it. And, you know, I might even just kind of put these inside that box, because it probably would fit, save a bit of retail estate on my Kallax. So that's what is inside Capcom Resident Evil SFG, the board game, Kickstarter Edition, Survival Horror, and the Director's Cut and the Kickstarter exclusives. Stay tuned to the channel for more of this. And until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.